Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge thank you for the support. So today we're just going to be finishing off what's left of the Enchanted Realm. So I've done videos on practically every other card I've made with this kit, apart from one which was just a spare topper and was just a little 3x6 card. That is on Pinterest if you do want to see it. But we're going to be finishing with the Stay Strong with the polar bear, so we're going to play with that today. So I'm going to bring in a piece of card which is 6x12, and I'm going to bring in also my other trimmer. Actually, what I'll do before that, let me just bring in this scoreboard as well. And I'm just going to score it at 6 inches, just in half. It's just going to make it easier for me for the next part. So let's just put that right over and burnish that down. Okay, that's a bit better. And then what I'm going to do is just take 1.5 inches off each side, just up to the halfway mark. So doing a sort of a centre panel and cutting away the other two sides. So if I turn that over and pop that back in on the other side, and then take that down, pop that out of the way. And I'm bringing my metal ruler and my knife, and then I'm just going to cut those two panels away. So we've got a nice little bit of card there for sentiments or something. So let's give it another burnish down, and I'm just going to give it a press down on these edges, just because my blade is not, I need a new blade for my cutting, that trimmer, and but I found that if I go over it with the bone folder, the burnisher, it does smooth it out a lot, so that's working okay for me. Okay, so this centre panel we've got here is 3 inches by 6. So I need to do some mats and layers for that, and I also need to do some for the back, which is 6x6. So I'm going to be using, not that ribbon, I'm going to be using the 6x6 mats and cutting them down. This is with the Hunkydory Gold Mirror card. And this white card, sorry, was 300 GSM. Okay, so it's a good weight. So I'm going to take 2 notches off each side, same as always. That is my preferred measurement. And then for that centerpiece we want 2 notches off the 3 and 2 notches off that 6. This bit we can pop back for another day. I have found lately I have been using them, so that's quite a good thing. And then I'm going to be using this panel for the back of the card, so I'm going to cut that at 5 3/4 or 4 notches under the 6. And then I think, let's decide, they do look to be about the same amount, so it doesn't really matter. I am going to have to cut one of these borders off, so again 5 3/4 or 4 notches under the 6. So I'm just checking that fits on there quite nicely, and then that should hopefully fit on there quite nicely, and it does. Okay. So I'm going to bring in one of the papers from the Insert and Paper pack, and I've chosen this light brown one because it sort of matches in with the colours on that border. So So we just need a small piece on this, which is going to be 2 3/4 by 5 3/4, or 4 notches under the 6 3, and then hopefully that should all fit onto there quite nicely, and it does. Okay, so let's pop these bits out of the way and we can assemble where we are up to, and then we can have a little play with the topper. So let's pop that one out. Let's do the back part first of all. So I'm going to be using the same glues I always use, which is the Kalau all-purpose glue, which is this clear one, and then the Kalau tacky glue, which I put in the corners. You can use one or either of those glues. Both will get the job done. What I would say is with the all-purpose, just be careful that it doesn't splurge out, because it can take the shine off your mirror card. So I'm just going to clean the nozzle of that glue. So it just has a little lump of glue there. But I do like this glue, this all-purpose glue, because it sets like concrete. It's just the best thing, and it just makes your card really sturdy. So the only thing is you have to make sure that it's lying flat when it dries, or it will dry with a curve in it. So if I left it like that, it'd be fine. If I left it on a thing like this, I would find that I had a bend in it, which wouldn't be great. Okay, just got a weird message that's just come up on my screen, so I'm just going to see if I can get rid of that. There we go, so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, don't know why I wasn't on the internet, so strange. Anyway, back to the important thing. So again, just keeping going with these layers, and popping those on. Giving it a good press down. So I do give it a good press down just to make sure that glue does spread out. And then for this, because it is the paper, I'm actually going to try and use the dotty pen over all of it today. Lately what I have been doing is putting the all-purpose in the middle and then the dotty tape pen over the edges. So oh, look, this is what I was afraid of. See, oh, see, this just shows why I should never change what I'm doing. Okay, let's get rid of that. We'll pull that off. Just a little bit of fluff. So things like this happen sometimes. You just have to pivot and move along. Let's just grab another piece of that paper. Luckily we've got lots of it, and I'll go back to doing it the old way, which was working for me, so I don't know why I changed it. So again, 4 notches under that 3, or 2 3/4, 5 3/4. Want it? Yeah, we'll go that way up. Right, so all-purpose glue in the centre, so we get that wiggle room time, and dotting the corners just to make sure that sticks down. It's nothing worse than having a corner that comes up. So because I've got those dots at the top there, what I'll do is just pop this into place on here first. There we go. Only you and me know that happened. Okay, so perfect. So let's grab our topper. Just going to gently pop that out. And I think it's, should we go, we'll go just for you on this one, I think. Might change my mind, but we will see. So let's pop these frames out. So again, same as the horse one, you've got the 3 frames there. You've got the beautiful patterned large frame, you've got a thinner gold frame, which is the tricky one to get out without damaging it. But if you don't want to use it on your card, they're perfect for little books, if you've got any of the picture perfect pads, those sort of things, to use as frames. So, and if you've got the die shape that matches, you can cut out the next size up and then put this on as a gold accent. So what I did think was, because I've got the exact same gold frame from the horse that I didn't use, what I was thinking about doing was popping those behind to that. But then I don't know if that's going to look weird behind. If when somebody's lifting it up, it would look a bit strange. So let's turn that around and just grab a knife, because there's just a little bit of paper from the frame there. That's irritating me. Okay, so I think I did this same style with the last 3 kit. I think I did exactly the same sort of style card where I put that behind. Then we've got this to go somewhere. Put that to the side, save that for another day. We could come down, it's hidden in there. Let's try the other one, which is a bit darker and a bit larger. So let's see how that one would go. To the side. So we could, there's quite a nice space in that corner there, which obviously would be on that corner as well, but I feel like we need to draw the eye around. It also stands out quite nicely there as well. Kind of gets lost a bit in there. So I think what I'm going to do is either put it here or there. Probably on the green would be better, if I'm honest with you. Okay, so first things first, we need to pop a little bit of glue on this piece here. So for this I'm just using my tacky glue. I'm just going to put some little dots all the way around. And then if I pop that frame back there, and if I pick that up carefully, we should be able to just about work out where that needs to go. So we want it dead in the middle. I think that is going to be fine, so let's give that a little press down. Just grab a little bit of tissue just to clean that little bit of glue off that frame. It does dry clear, but I just like to wipe it away just before I even get to the point of drying. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So then these ones we can now come in and layer up. So there's no right or wrong way, so whichever way you put the frame, the one lot of flowers will be upside down, so that's not a problem. And what I'm going to do is, I think, shall I come in the same levels on both for a change? Yes, let's grab a foam pad. Let's go. Yeah, I've got these Hunkydory ones. And what I'm going to do is, because I know a lot of this side is not going to be on that panel and I don't want it to be showing through underneath, I'm not going to put any pads there at all. I'm just going to put them on the top and the bottom. And I can go pretty much just all over this centre bit. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to have to cut this down a little bit. And this is probably about a 3mm maybe pad. And it's the Hunkydory strip. So let's just check. That's not going to be showing anywhere. I don't think that will. And I did order, I got my order through the other day with the latest kit and some odds and ends that I needed. And just to make up my basket to free postage, I did pop some foam pads on, the deepest ones that Hunkydory have. And they are huge. And when I bring that kit upstairs to do, I will show you them, but they are huge, like bricks. They're really cool. So, but I'm looking forward to using them. I can't remember what that kit's called. It's the one with the sort of steampunk animals, the octopus, the fish. I got it primarily because of the chihuahua and the fish. So my nephew, one of my nephews, he's a fish enthusiast, which is a little bit my fault, to be fair. We did have a big tank with guppies and things, so they used to like seeing them because they sort of self-populate if you've got a male and female. So every now and then you get the babies come in, and I think that sort of piqued his interest. But he doesn't have just guppies now, he has all different ones. I think he's got a Japanese fighting fish and betta, I think they're called betta fish. But he took my big tank. I used to have a massive corner tank, but there just wasn't room for it, and to be fair, I couldn't climb up on it to clean it out anymore, sort of getting less able, unfortunately. So he was like, oh, I'll have it. So he's got it and filled it with all different ones, so which is pretty cool. He sends me photos now and then. I used to have a bristle nose, which we call Bob. Well, we used to have 3 Bobs actually. There was a white Bob, a small Bob and big Bob. And I think as well, when we lost him, because he was such a character, big Bob, we lost the little Bob first, after a couple of months, and then white Bob, we lost white Bob. And then big Bob died. You'd had him for ages and he was huge. He was big and big fish. But he was such a character. You used to put cucumber in for him and he used to come and eat it. And I used to partially cook courgettes. I think the American people, you call them zucchinis, courgettes. Yeah, he used to come and eat them. I took some videos of him on Facebook, and because I just loved it. It's random to say you love a fish, but he was a character. He used to hide. If you went anywhere near, he'd go, oh no, run away and hide. He didn't like people so much. The guppies do. They're sort of feed me, feed me. So whenever you went near the tank, they would all be there, and I think that's why I like the guppies. They're very friendly fish. Great for kids because they always come forward. And like I say, if you've got a male and females, they do tend to sort of, and some weeds, because they do eat their young. But they do sort of keep populating themselves to the point that you have to give them away. Okay, so we're popping that one up there. I think that's going to be the best place. Now, exciting news. I got these new gems that I've been talking about from AliExpress. And they are gorgeous. They're very light, which is, you know, compared to the other ones. But look how shiny they are. Lots of different. I think this was £2.50. Oh, those are stuck together. Oh, let's just get my knife in there. So just stuck together. £2.50. I think there's 1100 with the different sizes. And I got a pack with the silver as well. I suspect it's the gold that I'm going to be using more, and I did order already another pack from them because I know they're going to be my new favourite thing. So let's grab my picky up here, gem picker. Let's go with that one, I think. So I'm going to put medium and a slightly smaller one, and I think I'll go smaller again. That one's, well, actually they all look about the same size, but we'll go with that on that side. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. So smaller one. And that one. Are you stuck? You're not. There we go, got it. And then in this corner here, I'm just going to put one of these huge bad boys. There we go. So let's pop those back in there for now. I'm sure they'll probably come out again later on. Just in the interest of keeping tidy. And that's the first card for that one. So we've got our cutaway. Our insert would have to go on the back because that's the only place they're going to be able to write. So it's just curling a little bit. So I'm just giving that a little bit of a shape while it's drying. Just that it goes nice. And obviously it would stand as a normal card on a mantelpiece side, wherever people put their cards these days. Okay, so I'm just going to have a quick clean down and we'll move on to card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, again, we've got another piece of 6x12. And if I bring my scoreboard in, the first thing I'm going to do is score that at 6 inches to make ourselves a normal tent fold. And let's pop that out of the way. And then if I bring in my guillotine, and I've got a spare piece of card here, and I'm going to cut this to 3.5. Let me just check that's 6 inches across first. It's not quite 6 inches, so let's do 6 inches there first that way. Good job, we checked. And then let's lift that arm up. I'm going to go to 3.5 inches because what I want to do is make a step for my card, so we can have that step feature. So let's pop this on the scoreboard, and I'm going to score at 1.5 and at 3. And that's going to be a mountain, that's going to be a valley. Okay, and this is going to go onto the front of my card like so. A little bit of a line on my card. I think that's just picked up some of the. There we go. So let me bring in some super sticky red liner tape, and what I want to do is pop this on this way. So this is going to stick to this piece here, and then when I put my other layers on, I'm going to be hiding that, so hopefully nobody will see it. If you have got some A3 cardstock, which I have got, but I know from sort of comments that I've had that not everybody does have that, so it would be, if you have got it, you can cut yourself a 6 by 6 by 6, 7, 8, 9, 6 by 9, and then score in the places that you've got, so you generally basically just miss out this bit for this sort of tab that I'm using to glue it all together. Okay, but this is great if you've got bits of card where you've gone wrong and you've got bits somewhere to use up, so you know, this is a perfect sort of excuse to use those up. So I'm going to give that another brownish down now that that's on, just because I want that to stand up quite nicely. And you can see if I turn the card that way, that's what I've got. Okay, well, let me not put that there because that's going to get hidden in things. Out of the way. So I'm going to bring back in the guillotine. So we need a piece of cardstock to go on the back here. That's our normal 6 by 6. So we can bring that in and just cut those 2 notches off that I like to do. I always do 2 notches. You know, if you want to go to the, you know, 1/4 of an inch, you want to go a bit more, then obviously you can do. It just means that the you're going to be using less of your gold card and less of your sort of cardstock from Hunkydory as well. So, you know, there's bonuses to that as well. Okay, so that's fine on there. And then I'm going to bring, I'm not going to bring this in, I'll do the step bit first. So we know that's 1.5. How big is this? This is, if I cut 3, and then if I cut that to 1.5, so 1.5. So what I'm doing is cutting it, so the whole piece that I've got here is 3 inches. So I know that if I go to 1.5 and then come back 2 notches, this piece on the outside should be the right length, width, and it is. And then we've still got a piece for another day, and I just need to take 2 notches off, and that is perfect. Okay, so now with this one, what I want to do, I think I'm going to do it with my other trimmer, to be fair. Let's, just because I can see more on there, because I don't want to cut it all off. I'm going to do very similar to the card that I did the other day with the horses, where I want a part of this standing up. So I'm going to take this along, I'm going to go back to that that tulip, and I think I will cut around that tulip. Yeah, I think so. We'll have that tulip coming up, and then we'll go round. So let's pop that to the side for a second. Let's bring out my knife, and what I'm gonna do is just go round this bear. And you can use your scissors if you are better with scissors. 9 times out of 10 I'm better with the knife. It's always going to be that one day when I'm not good with either, to be fair. But so just go around this flower, seeing if we can keep it in. If it's too wibbly wobbly, we will cut it off. I'm hoping it's going to be enough of it there to stand up. let's just see how we are going. I think I probably should have changed my blade beforehand, but let's see. There we go, got that one. Coming around on there. I'm not going to bother trying to save that leaf there, because that would be a little bit too wibbly wobbly. So we're going round his cute ears. And around his other ear. And round down his nose. And then along and under. Down. Okay, what I'm going to do is just fast forward to when I've cut all of this out, because it might be a bit boring for you to watch. Okay, so I've cut him all out. I'm just going to go over the edges with this pen that's got a rounded sort of nib, just because the ball tool's right hidden in my basket there. So just to make sure those edges are downwards and not up. Okay. Let's pop that to the side, and then this piece here we're going to trim to 4 notches under the 6, and again 4 notches under the 6, or 5 3/4. Okay, and then I've got this piece here that we cut off the other card. Hopefully that should be 4 notches under the 6, and it is. I think I will cut that down just a little bit. Let's go to 2 inches. Okay, so this is going to match our card back up, and obviously I'm going to hide that with a border. So I'm not quite sure which border I'm going to use yet, but we will come to that in a second. So let's do a little bit of assembling. Let's start with the big piece first of all. So tacky glue, all-purpose glue, oops, all over. Just carefully take that off. And put tacky glue on all these edges just to make sure they stay down. I'm just going to pop that in nice and straight. And I can see my all-purpose glue has oozed out there, so I'll just bring down that little bit of tissue that I had earlier. It's not going to be a problem on this occasion because I'm going to be hiding it with the other piece anyway, but I would have been panicking otherwise. So this piece here, again, all-purpose glue. And we are going to have an edge there, but it's not going to be so big a deal because it's a lot of it is going to be hidden. Let's do it the right way up. No, that was the right way before. A lot of it is going to be hidden by our bear anyway. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, let's see. Now let's do the other bits first before we do anything else. So again, just coming along this piece here with my all-purpose, tacky in the corners, just being careful not to put glue too high up. Oh, we didn't cut this down to size, did we not? No, we did not. Ooh. This might get a little bit messy. Let's go with the other one. And we'll go that way. So we need it to be 4 notches under the 6. And what we'll have to do is just give that a good Try not to cut my fingers, which might have been too late here. I caught myself. Not a problem. Bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, so I just put a little bit of tape on it for now. It will be fine. I'll plaster it up later. So yeah, just caught myself on the blade, which was a bit silly. Right, okay. So he's going to go onto there like so. Okay. So we can then come in, I think we'll pop this on now. And then we will work out our border and our sentiment. And I'm going to put that with the sort of side that we've made up towards the bottom. And just making sure we've got a nice even layer there. And then again with this one, we're going to pop that onto our step like so. So you can see how that is now coming together. Okay, so let's do this border. So I know we're going to have a little bit of gold. I'm wondering whether it might be nice to have another bit of brown, because we've got that brown going across there. So let's bring in, shall I go with this one? Okay, so let's cut that down to 6 inches, because we've pretty much used everything in this kit anyway. And I only want a narrow border, so I think I'm going to go for 1/4 of an inch. And then if I pop this through, we're going to want to go to 4 notches under the 6, like so. And then I think it's going to be easier to do 1/2 inch on my other trimmer. Oh, we went with 1/4 inch, didn't we, with that one? So did we go with 1/4? Yeah, we did. So we need to be, have a little bit of tape. Oops. Okay, so need to be one there, I think. Let's just check with my teeny weeny strip. Yep, I think that should be good. Perfect. And I do that quite often now. I use tape to hold small bits in, and oh no, let's not put it on there because it's going to end up like my other one. It does really work. Right, so let's just cut this bit down to 4 notches under the 6, so that should be the same, just a tiny bit. Let's try that. Yeah. Okay, so now this tricky thing is going to be sticking it on. So I am going to have to go with my glue dots. So let's just pop that on a piece of paper. This is just a piece of scrap paper that I've got here. And we're just going to pop that. No, you don't stick before I want you to. Go right to the edge. There we go. Perfect. and I think I'm going to go flat with it. I don't want it any higher because I don't want it to draw away from the actual image itself. So for this one, because it's so small, I'm just going to pop some tacky glue on, and of course I'm going to put my finger in it, and then we can pop that on. Okay, so I'm hoping that is pretty much straight. There we go. Awesome. Okay, now there was a sentiment which was hiding there. Come here. Got that one, and we have also got this little topper here. So I think if you've got your sentiment there, you could just pop that on and walk away. It's a perfectly nice card as it is, but I want to use this topper up, and I've got a nice space there for it. And maybe that can come down there, and I think that should work quite nicely. So let's pop some of these pads on. Again, I think these are probably about a 3mm, something like that. You would think, seeing as I've already cut myself once, I would be a little bit more careful with the knife, but hey ho. Let's pop that on there. And I'm going to have my sentiment, and we'll just put one on there. Sentiment at the same level as the topper. So let's pop these backs off. And oops, that does not want to come off. Why does it not want to come off? There we go. Oh, do you know, it's going to be one of them days, isn't it? There we go. Okay, so let's pop our bear there, and then just take a little bit off there, a little bit of tacky glue on there just to help that stick. Gives me a bit of wiggle room and also gives a bit of longevity as well. So again, I'm going to come in with my new favourite Goldberry Pearl. And I think, let's see what we got. I don't think we want the hugey ones. Let's put the lid on there. We don't need any of that anymore. And just going to put 3 on here, I think. I'm going to go for a big one. Same size, and then we've got the smaller one, and so same size again, and then we've got a small one. There we go. So I think that's all it needs, just a little bit in that side. We've got picking up all those gold tones coming through. Okay, so that's that one finished. So obviously it's going to stand like so on a mantelpiece. Difficult to show you, but it would stand pretty good. Looks like that. Okay, so we've got that one, and we have, what did I do with it? Oh, I'll put it there. We have our little cutaway card. That's our bears. So hurrah, members week for me is now over. All of that Enchanted Realm has been played with. So a few ideas for each of them. Obviously you don't have to do them exactly the same as what I've done them. You know, it's just there as a sort of suggestion. I mean, you might want to do this or one of the other ones. You might want to use different gems, you might want to change the papers over, you know, there's all those things and all different ways that you can take it. It is a beautiful kit. If you haven't managed to get hold of yours, I probably haven't said for the last couple of videos, but it is the members free gift over at Hunkydory, which means you just have to join their little club. Doesn't cost a thing, and they will send you this kit out for free. All you have to do is pay the postage, which I think is £3.95. If you happen to want it with other things, once you get to £35, it's free delivery, and it's usually next day. It had their delivery has been really quick lately. I mean, I placed that order the other day, and within 2 days it was with me, so they are super quick at the moment. So kudos to their team down there. They're really on the ball. But next time, I'm not going to be here on Saturday, so I'm going to skip a day. I've got some tidying up and rearranging to do in here. I'm getting ready for the next couple of weeks. But when I do come back, it is going to be the kit from the magazine, which is sort of astrology themed, and it's beautiful. I mean, the foiled cardstock in it is gorgeous. So, you know, if you are looking to play with the same things as me, and you've not got your members gift yet, why not pop the magazine in your basket as well, and then I will give you some inspiration on that next time. At least 2 videos, possibly may do more, because there's quite a lot of nice toppers in there. And then after that I'll move on to the kit I got the other day as well. But that's it for me for now. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Happy crafting. Bye.